We're live. We're back again. It's another Transfer Daily. Today, I have a very, very special guest. I will introduce you to him after a very quick intro. It was so quick I didn't see it. He got Steve, Mr. Aussie Gooner. How are we, sir?
Oh, mate, yeah, living the dream, mate. Sunny Australia, mate. It's awesome over here, mate. How about you guys? Are you guys going all right?
Yeah. Don't rub it in, mate. It's like 3 degrees Celsius out there. It's overcast. It's horrible. So yeah, you enjoy yourself down there, mate.
I will, and I'll enjoy myself extra for the Armoury. You know, just
Um,
I'll spread the enjoyment in the WhatsApp group and
Give
everything.
us the
Yeah,
sunshine. Yes, please,
yeah. I'll
please,
give you
please
all the
do.
pictures and all that, all the things you're missing out on, all the good things. Yeah, you'll be
Yeah,
part
please
of it.
do, please do, please do. You are our little ray of sunshine after all. Let's a quick word on tonight because obviously we haven't seen you for a few streams now. What's your take on the whole situation with the Liverpool game tonight not going ahead?
You know what? Look, I wanted the can games earlier. I'll be honest with you guys. I honestly wanted games to stop earlier last year and for us to take a break to see if we can try and get this COVID thing, in sort of in under control. And now that we're missing out on this Liverpool game too, it's going to stuff up on our vibe. Like we were on a really good run, and I know we lost against City, right? But we didn't really lose against City. You know,
No.
City just bought that game, plain and fucking simple. I have my views on that. So we were on a good run of form, and now we miss out on the Liverpool game on a high because I reckon we could have taken this game to them. We would have been going out for friggin' revenge. Um, so a week off, I don't think it's going to work in our favour. I think it's going to help Liverpool, and it might make us a little bit blunt when we go to face them because that was a game for us at home. Was I right in saying that?
No,
And
home
that we,
first. Yep.
yeah, and so now the game at Anfield might still be on. So I'm like,
And that'll be the
fuck.
first leg, of course. Now, so
And now that will be the first leg, and it'll be at Anfield. So I
it's just
think,
all a bit coincidental. And we spoke about it yesterday, but yeah, it's it is what it is. At least Spurs lost. So
well, look, Spurs always lose. I mean, look,
yeah.
let's be honest. Anyone that's believing the Spurs hype, they've got a great manager, this and that. Look, Antonio Conte ain't out on the pitch. It's Harry Kane, it's Dele Alli, and the rest of that frigging shit lot. And these guys are going to go out and do a job, maybe sweeping the streets of Australia and cleaning out bins and that. But playing football, I don't think so.
Yeah, that Tanganga is definitely something else. Let's get into while
Yeah,
we're here. Let's start
yeah.
off with something that's kind of come out of the blue. Patrik Schick of Bayer Leverkusen.
Mm,
14 starts, 16 goals, 1 assist. Obviously, we don't know how true this is.
hmm
Well, I have heard this from another source on this platform, but is it the kind of
Reputable.
striker we could do with Aussie?
You know, I'm not sold. I know it sounds a bit harsh, but I'm not sold. I know he's in great form, but I'm not sold. And I might be a bit biased, but I'd still pushing for Vlahovic. I
Big
think
man, yeah.
Vlahovic would fit so much better into our team, and it's not because of anything personal and all that. And everyone's going to say it's not personal. I think he's the best fit for our squad right now. He's got the height, he's got the muscle. He's played in a league that's got strong defenders, and that's a win-win-win. Remember, we're playing in the Premier League. Our defenders are rough. Serie A, rough. He's a big boy. You need to be physical in this game. I think he's about the same height as Aubameyang. Would I be right in saying that?
Yeah, I'd say so. Probably
He's
maybe a
he's
little bit
he's
taller.
about he's about look maybe, yeah, but he's a lot stockier. So look, no, I'm not sold. I'd rather if it was a choice between the two. Sorry, man. No, that's a
Yeah.
gamble.
I
I
do. I
want
do
to.
like.
I want
Like,
to.
go on.
No, I want the next look. And he's going to sound horrible. I want our next move for a striker to be just like Aubameyang. We went out there. We needed a good striker. We went and got one. We didn't.
We did that in January as well.
And we did it, and that's the thing. We did it in January. So this is why I'm thinking it's a maybe. It's a maybe could happen. So that's why I'm holding on to that little thin thread that we could do the business. And we need to make the right move because Arsenal ain't made of money. We got a lot, but we don't spend a lot. So I think if we go in for the best fit for the team now, and also he's young, It'll match the rest of the squad. We won't have an aging squad. We'll have a young squad. The next few years, we won't have to go and spend massive amounts of money because we've got younger players that are developing and not regressing. And I think that's the idea of Arteta right now. But of course, he doesn't want to go and get himself a maybe, should be, could be. I think you need someone that's Easby. And right now, Vlahovic, and I've been watching him, he's a gun. He's a gun. Left foot, right foot. He can turn. He can pass. I think he's the answer. Is the answer to all our dreams at Arsenal. But if we can get the deal done.
Yeah, well, we'll go on to that in a minute.
Hmm.
Just quick on Schick. You know, he
Schick,
has racked up some good numbers, definitely.
He has. Yep.
25 years of age.
He's still okay. So the age is not too bad. 25.
No.
I mean, you
left
still
foot,
got,
left-footed as well. We do like a left-footed at Arsenal, as we mentioned previously.
Man.
We've had a history. We've had a decent history of Czech players. It's just the one we were talking about in particular was a bit unlucky with injuries, but that's for a different show. What we got there? He's probably they got him here very down for 31.4 million, but I think Leverkusen would want 50.
Of course, because I know we need to win
this. Is he
striker.
worth the 50 million? Would he be worth the 50 million?
No. Because look, to be perfectly honest, easier to score goals there than the Serie A, and I know that's saying a lot. You don't get a big tally in the Serie A. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And who has? So I don't think he's worth that kind of money. I wouldn't mind that. Look, you know what I'd love? I'd love to have a player of that caliber on the bench, but I don't. We're not Manchester City. You know, we can't go out there and buy 2 strikers. You know, we can't. We won't. We're Arsenal. We won't do that.
I mean, he's improving. He is improving, Schick. One thing I will say: shots per game, 3.2. I mean, that's not bad. Bad little something to read there.
3.2 shots per game.
7. He has missed big chances. And is this the way we play football? The assist is one. Should we be concerned about that? Or, you know, because we'll talk about Vlahovic in a minute and what he brings, but on Schick, he doesn't. His passing numbers aren't overly great, but he's a good finisher.
See, now we're starting to talk about a player that's very similar to Aubameyang, where he's good at the ball comes and drops in front of him, but if it don't drop in front of him, then he's kind of a bit useless. And I think we can all see why Lacazette does so well in that role because he's got a hold-up play. And he can also link up. So with Lacazette, we get link-up play, a player who can hold up. And I think that's what we're looking for here. If we needed a player who needs the ball to drop at his feet, we've got that here. We've got it now in Aubameyang. And I know he's not scoring, but that's because we're not playing to that. That's not our style of football anymore.
Yeah. To
drop the ball right and ping it right there at his feet. So I don't think, when you look at that stat, is he suited? I don't think he's suited. And at 25, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he can't adapt, but he'd be better off adapting in his early 20s, not in his mid 20s.
What I will say is one thing we know about Bayer Leverkusen, they've always brought through some really good creative footballers, and I think that's where he's thriving at the moment. You know, where he's getting the service that he wants to get the goals. The concern I've got here, and I'm looking at some more of his numbers, and total duels won, 3.4, 39%. And successful dribbles, say if he went 1-1 with goals, a bit of a concern. 0.4, that's 32% success rate. So
he would have a hard time in the Premier League.
Yeah, that would be a concern. I mean, he was brilliant during the Euros. I think was he one of the top scorers? I can't remember now. But for our team, we've all got our other preferences. If it's Vlahovic, Jonathan David, Alexander Isak, I think these guys are ahead of him, which will bring us on to the whole Vlahovic situation. Now, I know I've heard some rumours that he's snubbing us and that, but he hasn't actually come out and said anything yet. What we will touch on is that Fiorentina they're close to sealing the loan for Hertha Berlin's Christoph Piatek, which then would suggest that would open the door for a move away from Fiorentina for Vlahovic. So obviously you touched on Vlahovic, and we all know how much you love him. I think there's a lot. I mean, you speak to Arsenal fans. There's rarely anyone out there that would say no to him.
And it's because he's proven a point.
Mm.
He's imposing, he's physical, he's good on the ball, he's got an eye for a pass, and he gets in. He's a fox in the box as well. He can score from outside the box. He can score from inside the box. He's good either. He's good with either foot.
Yeah.
Maybe
Left
not
footed
as
again.
highly. Sorry,
Left footed again mainly, but yeah.
left-footed again, but he can score with his right. But we
Yeah.
always want a decent left footer, which would make it would make it a lot more interesting at Arsenal. But I think going forward, if we're going to go for a striker, if we're going to move for a decent quality striker, on our radar at the moment, Vlahovic is going to be the one that we should be moving on. Now, I was touching base with you earlier and saying that I heard that Vlahovic had knocked back a contract extension at Fiorentina.
I think
Um,
December, yeah.
yeah, and in December. Now, with them making a loan move this early, them getting a loan move set up and done within only a few days of the January transfer window, you'd think that this was in the mix before this transfer window opened. So this usually a loan move takes at least a week or two minimum for them to sort out and iron out the bits and pieces. Now, don't forget Christmas period and all this. People do take time off, so this could have been done a lot earlier. Once he
Yeah.
decided, I don't want to sign for Fiorentina. Now that's a positive for us if that's happened.
Mm.
Now the other thing is, if he wants to come to Arsenal, he'd be insane not to. Because if he looks at our squad right now, he is very well suited to this squad.
And the fact he's 21 years of age, and you look at how young our side is and what we're trying to build,
Mm,
and the numbers he's stacking up at that age, and he's strong and he's physical, and he wouldn't pick up as many injuries.
exactly. And you know what? The support he has on either wing. So the support he's got on either wing, the number 10 that's going to be behind him, he's going to have a fair few clear-cut chances. I mean, look at Lacazette, some of the ones that he's missed right in front. Aubameyang, some of the ones that he's missed. I can guarantee you this guy would not be missing these shots.
No,
He'd
he's
be
burying that one against Newcastle, isn't he?
Oh God, I'd be burying that one against Newcastle. I could have
I
had
think most
7
of us would
pints
be.
fallen over, hit the ball would have hit me in the head and still gone on the fucking back of the net. I don't know, you know what I mean? But I think
100%.
I swear, and I think he's our best bet. I'm not saying he's the only bet, but if we're going to look at the bunch of strikers that we're linked with and what's available, because don't forget how many decent strikers are out there that will come to Arsenal. We're not playing FIFA and buying Haaland. Remember that. A player that wants to come to Arsenal and be part of a project. And the other thing, a player that we can actually afford. Because remember, we got the Cronkies running this club or company, whatever you want to call it, and how much they're willing to spend now after spending 152 odd million previously.
Well,
So
we could be offloading the bank, which is obviously we'll go on to him a bit later, but
mm,
that could obviously help us as well. They've got the whole Torreira thing thrown into the deal that would help because they're really keen on him. So
mm,
we're hoping that would work in our favour. Yeah, I mean, listen, if it's not him, and I watched the stream last night. Shout out Jake Clegg, Canners was on there actually, and they sold me on Jonathan David. He's quite similar. Well, he's not Vlahovic,
mm.
but his profile is similar. So if we didn't get him, he would be my second choice. I know other people will go for Isaac, but for me, yeah, David. But Vlahovic is the one we want, 100%. Just going to run through a couple of comments just quickly. I think there's only a couple there anyway. I think this is on the whole Schick. He's like Gums is like in the profile striker we're going for.
Imposing, strong, tall, link
Yeah,
up.
yeah, and
Mm,
he is, but for our system, I just don't think he would be that guy that Vlahovic and maybe a Jonathan David would be.
mm.
Would you agree? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think, like you said, the Vlahovic is going to be our best fit. Jonathan David, another good fit. I mean, there's no talk lately of who, injury prone, wherever he may be.
Mr. DCL, Mr. He's
Yeah.
probably gone to Paris doing a fashion show or something. Isn't he? I don't know. Linking up with
But,
Bellerin,
it's possible. It's fucking possible. Wouldn't be surprised.
Um,
But what can we afford?
yeah, no, exactly.
Mm,
And I think it all comes down to our sales and who we can get off the wage bill. Like, so we got to make the Niles that's on his way to Roma. So I don't know how
loan.
much you think.
That's a loan.
It's a loan, but I think he'd be gone in the in the summer.
I think it would be a good
Yes,
move for him
dude.
to go. Mm.
Thanks for tuning in, sir. Also, he's asking us, You think we will get a striker in January? I'd like to think we will. I think it's necessary, personally, with the whole striker situation. Like I said, not renewing, a Aubameyang going out the door. We're not too sure what's going on with Nketiah. So we really need to get a striker now and then get another one, a backup or whatever in the summer. So it's absolutely necessary that we do. Broski's bro. Like that name. Bit off topic. Do you guys think we should give Jack Wilshere a contract to the end of the season, given he is training with the squad and our midfield is lacking?
Okay, I've got a contract.
Go on, take it away.
You get paid as you play.
Yeah, I like that. Did you see his little? He put up a little ad, didn't he? He said that he's open his offers, not Tottenham.
Not Tottenham, yeah.
I did like that.
Look, I wouldn't. I've got a little bit of a. I'm a little bit shitty with Wilshere. I've still got a little bit of shit. I'm shitty with the way he left Arsenal. You know what I mean? Leaving because he was making his push that I should be starting and I should be starting and I should be starting, and he decides I'm going to go to a different club and I'm going to make a name for myself there, and it didn't work out. I wasn't really happy with that. Right. I think he forgot the reason that he was still in the Premier League was because Arsenal were holding him up. Now that he's back, I think he's going to be. He's back. He's come back as a fan. I think more than anything else. So pay him as he plays. And look, it would be fun to see Wilshere back in. Just off the bench, just to see him come on for 20 minutes. Even with the shits that I got at him, I'd still like to see him come back on. There's no hate there. I think everybody's got a soft spot.
You can't hate Wilshere, is it?
Nah. It would have been nice to see him play against Tottenham, just for 20 minutes. Even if he gets a red.
Come on with the mic, What do you think it's all yeah.
Even if he goes and tackles Harry Kane and gets a red, it doesn't matter. As long as
back as a hype man, really. He's pretty good on the mic.
Oh, you would be, wouldn't you? Imagine that. Imagine Wilshere in the tunnels. Imagine him in the tunnels.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I got nothing to gain, nothing to lose. I'm taking you out.
I'll answer that question as well. Definitely pay as you play. Obviously, we're lacking in midfield at the moment. Well, I'm hoping that we obviously spoke about Bruno Guimaraes the other day, and that's gone a little bit quiet at the moment. But
it has.
I can see. Listen, Edu's a big fan, and if Edu's a big fan of someone, he's going to get it done. So I hope so. Broski's bro, he agrees with us. Pay as you play. So let's just go on. Let's move on quickly. Let me just pop this comment off, and I'm having an amateur 2 minutes. Bear with me, as I do. Where are we going to go now? Let's go back to Aubameyang, because that's still being talked about even today. His move to Newcastle. Also heard that Juventus and Dortmund are interested. And I think the Juve one's more of a loan because obviously of their financial situation, and if they can't get Vlahovic, Aubameyang would probably be the backup plan. And Newcastle, well, they can do with an out-and-out striker because Callum Wilson's made of glass.
And you know what? I think if we're looking to buy a striker now, we got to get every cent that we can get being Arsenal. Hate to say it, love Aubameyang, but I think moving forward, we can see Arteta's style of football is not going to be suited to Aubameyang. So spade is spade, guys. This is a guy who dragged out. He dragged out signing his contract, if you guys remember. Right, and if he had kept on scoring goals, I'm gonna do that. But he dragged out trying to sign his contract to make more money. So obviously, love for the club or love for the cash. I don't know. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. So if he's gonna be moving, he should be moving on to. I would like him to go to Dortmund and be out of the Premier League because I don't want to face him again.
Yeah.
But I reckon Newcastle will be the ones that will come to the table with the most money, and I have heard this, and it's been strongly linked with Newcastle, and I wouldn't blame Arsenal offloading him to Newcastle for the right price, because if we can get the most money we can for him, I don't care where he goes, because it's all about the cash now, so we can grab that and use it to fund an Isak, to fund a.
Well, obviously they want 3 more of our guys as well, so we can do that. I did see this morning. Obviously, the links with him and Nketiah, Holding, and El Neni, and they would offer 150 million for all 4.
Give me 250, take them all. 250.
I'm still concerned about Holding, because obviously we've got no one else in defence. But
You know
the
what?
three of them, if you get 100 million for the three of them, that ain't bad business.
I want more. I'm greedy. They got
I know you
money.
want more. I know you want more, but then
But
that will.
this is Newcastle United, and they're desperate. You know, when Arsenal's desperate, everyone takes advantage of us. So now
Thank
we're
you.
in a position we can take advantage of them. Why can't we be ruthless? It's
Yeah, we
not all
should be.
friends and love. It's not all sherry and giggles here, mate. It's business. So if they want to dance, they've got to pay the band. Okay, that's just the way it is. So, but look,
And they get
I
paid
think
wages.
I think Rob Holding, like you were saying, I was giving you a bit of shit last time, but Rob Holding to leave now would
Would
be
make sense.
insane. No,
Yeah.
it wouldn't, because we'd be, imagine Pablo Mari as a backup. He's great one minute,
Chambers.
shambolic the next. Chambers, forget about it. Let's just not even go there. And
Then it's kids after that.
Suarez, sorry,
And then for centre halves, it's kids after that.
exactly. So unfortunately, I don't see Holding going anywhere. But Aubameyang to Newcastle, top dollar. Yeah, guys, you got to admit, Borussia Dortmund are not going to offer big money. They're a German club. German clubs don't spend big. So if it's going to go, if we're going to get the most money, it's going to be from a Premier League team, especially a team that's trying to stay out of the relegation battle.
Yeah.
They want to get out of the relegation battle. They just want to
I
get
don't
out.
think there's any truth to the Dortmund thing. I don't think there's any truth to that. The loan to Juventus kind of makes sense, but I can see us paying his wages. So
That'd be stupid.
As much as we don't want him in the Premier League, Newcastle's the logical one at this moment in time. They've got the money. They're going to throw the money out there because they need to survive. Because it would be. I'm not going to be wrong. It'd be funny if they did get relegated. But
richest team to get relegated. Like seriously, they got money coming out the wazoo, and they can't stay up. So,
and Aubameyang can get them out of trouble. You can get them out of trouble.
He could.
Let's be real. Yeah.
Look, he could, and if he's their white knight, their savior, their whatever you want to call, he let him be that. Because look, Newcastle might start playing the kind of football that's going to work for Aubameyang, where the ball's going to drop to his foot. Aubameyang's not done; he's just done at Arsenal with the style that we play, and we're not changing our whole style with a team that's working wonderfully for one player. We're better off just buying one player that's gonna help improve the whole squad, and that's what we've done now. So. He might go and play at Newcastle, and he might turn back on again. But remember, he's not getting younger. So has he got another maybe 2 seasons left in him? He might. So be it.
He might be better in the Championship. This comment, I'm quite upset about it really because
that's bull. Nah, man,
Mertesacker is the most disrespected defender we've ever had.
You're knocking on Mertesacker, like seriously. Like if you ever look, I've played in the defensive line. I know he was slow, but this guy was aware. He knew where to be, and as big as he was, sorry,
he was
very good. Do you remember when he was giving stick to Ozil? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Remember when he was telling him to get the hell back over there and get over to the fans? I remember seeing that, and I'm like, yes, that's what I want to see. And I think Mertesacker, when he came to Arsenal, it would have been better to get him 2 or 3 seasons previous.
Yeah,
but I still think he put a shift in with a substandard squad.
But he was one of the players we brought in after we got drubbed for 8-2 at Old Trafford. And he was one of the players that turned our fortunes around. The leadership qualities that he has, World Cup winner. And I remember I went to the 2017 FA Cup final against Chelsea. And as a few gooners there going, Holding and Mertesacker, we're going to get sorted. Costa's going to have a field day. Mertesacker and Holding had everyone in their pockets. You know, I know Costa scored, but it was a jammy goal. Let's have it right.
Yeah, Costa always scored like that.
Mertesacker, and you look at our past big wins, you know, in the Mertesacker era, he was playing. No, but like I said, he's not the quickest, but he's the smartest.
That's right.
And you know, he proved it. You look what he's doing with the academy.
Yeah, exactly. As a defender, and look, when you're a defender, there's a lot of things that you can be. If you're a smart defender, trust me, if you're a very smart defender, you're going to come in and you're going to help out the whole back line. Now, look, one example of this, right? Gabriel, he's young. He's a smart defender. He does do some stupid shit like he did against Manchester City, but remember, he's young, dumb, full of you know what. But look what Gabriel has done for Ben White. Now, this is not Ben White improving. It's just Ben White's starting to shape up more like Gabriel, and Gabriel's got leadership qualities. He's got the vision. Mertesacker had more of that, right? And he was a little bit older when he came into Arsenal. I think I remember Mertesacker when he put in that big ass crunching tackle against Soldado when we were playing Tottenham. Remember that tackle when he destroyed he
straight there.
he cracked him, and I think Soldado after that. I think after that game, Soldado went.
I'm going back to Spain.
Yeah, cool. Well, he might as well have because he was in the Premier League, but he wasn't to be fucking seen.
No,
so, much love to Pierre Mertesacker.
I love his attitude, and I love his loyalty towards the club as well. And you know, he was a player that he wasn't there long.
No, well, he was it was finishing up his career. He came to Arsenal late. If we had got him early, fucking hell.
But you know, his intelligence, and he knows the values of the club. He knows what the club's about. And I think it's probably another reason why I love him. He is our BFG, isn't he? Before we wrap up, we've heard. Well, this has come back up again. There were times that we've always been linked with this young fella, Tariq Lamptey. Yeah. My personal opinion, I don't think this is going to happen, and I think this is because Spurs are linked with him.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it's about.
Yeah, look, we were linked to him before we got Takahiro. Before we replaced Bellerin with Takahiro, right? And even and this is early stages this season, I was like, that would be great to see Lamptey come to Arsenal, but it never came out. It never came out. It never happened. Never played forward. And we got Takahiro, and of course we never looked back. But I don't see Tariq Lamptey coming to Arsenal sit on the bench, right? No. He's at a point in his career now where he can make himself a starting line player in a team like Everton and in a team like Tottenham, and maybe make a name for himself and then move from there. Now, Spurs are linked to him because they made a really top-notch signing in Emerson Royale. He's wonderful, 10 times better than Takahiro, isn't he?
We forced him to buy him.
They went after Takahiro, and he went, "Nah, I'm not going there." And they go, "We'll get Emerson Royale. He's heaps better." Really, really, waste some more money. So, look, if he goes, I don't see him coming to Arsenal mainly because we got nowhere to put him. Okay, we got nowhere to put him. If he goes to Tottenham, too bad for Tariq, because to be perfectly honest, he's got 3 stooges beside him. So he'll be, out of a back 4, he'll be the only one who can actually do the job. Good luck with that, mate. Maybe move to Everton.
He does get injured quite a fair bit as well,
Yeah.
So I think sticking with Cedric Suarez as the backup to Takahiro, or even Ben White, it's not a big issue, really, is it? Right back.
No, I don't see a problem with that. And you know what? A lot of guys are going to come down and say you shouldn't be doing this. But El Neni plays centre back. I've seen El Neni play centre back pretty well. And to be perfectly honest, we can use El Neni as even a centre back. So if we ever want to go and if we ever want to throw Ben White to the right and put El Neni in as a centre back, we can do that because he can play the centre back role.
Yeah, definitely. What we got here? We got you know how it is, Gums. This is what we do at the Army. Once we start talking, it's all the Arsenal.
You see, he goes. You see, this is Gums, all right, and he goes, "Oh, guys, I'm busy. I can't get on this and that." But he's going to come in and start chatting shit, right? No. You got to get in here, mate. If you want to start talking that kind of stuff, you got to make a fucking apprance. I'm sorry, mate.
Is that why they called him Gumser? Because he does go on quite a bit.
Just flapping.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, but did you see how I put Holding on the bench and put El Neni in because El Neni is a smarter choice? And if we had used El Neni against Manchester City, we would have come out with a draw. Oh no, he didn't say that. Yes, he did.
It's because you don't even believe it yourself. One more question before we do go. Are we ever selling this guy?
Kolasinac. You know what? When he came to Arsenal that first season, he was gone, but we fucking destroyed this player. He's got to go. We've got him on high wages. His wages are through the roof. I mean, he's a tank. He's not getting any minutes. But who's going to knock on the door for him when he hasn't got any minutes for Arsenal? He's not in any form. Serious. Have you heard of any movement or anyone knocking on the door for Kolasinac? Schalke wanted him. Remember last season they wanted him, but they got relegated and couldn't afford him.
Yeah, I think he's just quite happy taking a wage, just living his best life in London, I guess.
That's all he's going to do. And I think when we look at Kolasinac, we look at Callum Chambers, these 2 players are going to be very hard for us to offload. We had an opportunity to offload Callum Chambers last season. We didn't do it. And that even goes for Ainsley Maitland-Niles. So what do we do?
Yeah, I think we'll end it there. Oh, hang on, his Gums just come up. I think he's in front of his laptop. I think Marseille are interested in him. So, yeah, we'll order his flight. We'll order his Uber. We'll pack his bags, and they can have him.
Yeah, man. Well, 6-pack in his lap, straight to Marseille. Whatever beer they want, all good.
Yeah. Anyway, what's the do now? It's been a great discussion. Great stream. People, if you're watching the replay, give us your thoughts in the comments on the players that we're linked with and who you think we would end up signing or not signing, and whatever we've discussed. Please do that. We'll be back tomorrow. Gumza will be hosting. I don't know who's going to be joining him. It's definitely not going to be me because I'm busy. But yeah, until then, obviously we've got no outro, so we're just going to say bye-bye and disappear.
Simples.
Thanks again, Ozzy. Catch you later, mate.
Anytime, mate. See you, mate.